busy Monday, and we start with our big story today. Indiana Governor Mike Braun has called a special session to consider redrawing Indiana's congressional map.
However, it is still unclear if enough Republican lawmakers will support it. So we have team coverage today on the governor's announcement, their reaction, and what's next.
And we start with Emily Longnecker at the State House. Emily, what have you learned?
Well, Dustin, Felicia, the word from a spokesperson from Republican Senate President Pro Tem Bray is that the votes still aren't there to support redistricting in the Senate Republican caucus. This is the calm before the storm, so to speak. Under the proclamation signed by Governor Braun today, this special session would convene on November 3rd. That is next Monday. That doesn't mean, though, that lawmakers will be here on that day. But Monday is when the shot clock starts. Lawmakers will have 30 session days or 40 calendar days, whichever is shorter, to get their business done. That's Indiana state law. At the latest, that would wrap business up on December 13th. If lawmakers can't get it done by then, well, they could give up the whole matter, or the governor could call another special session. Dustin, Felicia?
Yeah, Emily, do we know what the new map may look like? The one they consider, or are there several that they're considering?
So we don't yet. Lawmakers could draw their own, or they could bring in outside consultants to do that. Either way, when they do, Indiana has two rules to follow when it comes to congressional districts. They need to be an equal population, and they can't discriminate against voters based on race. And the districts don't have to be contiguous, meaning you could put Terre Haute and Richmond in the same district without connecting them.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So we also learned today that redistricting isn't the only topic lawmakers will take up this special session. What's the other?
Yeah, that's right, Felicia. When the governor issued this news release today about this special session, he also talked about some changes to the federal tax code in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And he said because of those changes, lawmakers would also be looking at Indiana state tax code and seeing what changes need to be made to conform with the changes at the federal level.
Okay, so Emily, before we let you go, I want to hear what you've heard from lawmakers on this. I mean, there were quite a few posts on social media over the weekend where some of them stand on this. Others have stayed pretty tight-lipped.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's been difficult to get people to speak on camera about where they stand on this issue. As you said, people have issued statements. They've also made some posts on social media. I did run into Republican State Senator Linda Rogers today, who told me that she has not made up her mind yet on redistricting. She had traveled here to the State House from her district all the way in the northernmost part of Indiana. She said at this point she is still tallying the yeses and nos from her constituents who are calling in, but the pressure is on. Rogers' cell phone, along with the cell phone numbers of 15 other lawmakers, were posted today on X, calling on Hoosiers to reach out to senators, some who are still undecided, and tell them to vote in favor of redistricting. I asked Rogers about that, and she said that she was disappointed that that had happened. She had received some calls because of it, not as many, she said, as you would think. The person who did post those numbers on X said that those numbers were all available in the public sphere, so this person was putting them out there as a push to say, hey, call these lawmakers who are undecided, tell them that you want redistricting. But clearly people reaching out to lawmakers on both sides of this issue, and again, the pressure is on. Dustin, Felicia?
Oh, certainly, Emily. Well, the news you're reporting on has made national news right there in the State House. We'll know you'll continue to stay on top of it. Thank you.
And the statements, Emily mentioned it, they've been flying. Earlier today, House Speaker Todd Houston issued a statement of his own responding to the governor's decision to call lawmakers to the State House next week. He said, quote, "We've received the governor's call for a special session and will continue having conversations within our caucus and with our counterparts in the Senate on our next steps." There's much more to come on this debate over redistricting and the upcoming special session. We're going to hear from some Hoosier voters reacting to the decision and the potential political consequences no matter the outcome. That's all ahead at 5.